Have you ever wondered why some people seem to grind away for 40 years just to retire, while others manage to build incredible wealth in just a handful of years? Well, it's not about clipping coupons or getting a 3% raise. It's about which financial road you're actually on, and more importantly, whether that road even goes where you want to go. Let's get into it.
I mean, it really all comes down to this choice. Are you on the path of slow, steady, lifelong growth? Or are you on a path that's literally designed for speed? And listen, this isn't about working harder. It's about choosing a completely different vehicle for the journey.
Okay, to really make this idea click, the author MJ DeMarco uses this fantastic analogy. Picture this. You walk into a room and there are 3 different raffles you can enter. You can only pick one. Now, each one represents a different financial path in life, and whichever one you choose says everything about your current strategy. So let's really look at the numbers, okay? The sidewalk raffle, that's just a lottery ticket, pure luck. The slow lane, that's the traditional route. You've got pretty good odds, but the prize is $500,000 that you won't see for 40 years. Now, look at the fast lane. The odds are almost identical to the slow lane, but the prize is 20 times bigger, and you get it 34 years sooner. I mean, when you see it laid out like this, the choice is kind of obvious, right? So what exactly is this fast lane?
Right, so what is this fast lane we're talking about? First off, let's be super clear. This is not some get-rich-quick scheme. Not at all. It's a very precise way of doing business, a strategy built around a specific kind of engine that powers this incredible acceleration of wealth.
And the fuel for that engine is this concept called Controllable Unlimited Leverage, CUL for short. Think about it, right? A normal job, the slow lane, is filled with variables you have absolutely no control over, like your salary, your hours, your boss. The fast lane is the exact opposite. It's about building a system where you have maximum control and maximum leverage. Honestly, this one idea is the great dividing line between the two paths. And, to really get a feel for what building a system with leverage looks like, the book tells this brilliant story that just nails the concept. It's called The Parable of the Pyramids. So here's how it goes. An ancient Egyptian pharaoh gives his 2 nephews, Azor and Chuma, this massive challenge. He says, if you can each build me a pyramid, I'll reward you with riches beyond your wildest dreams. So they have the exact same goal, the same starting line. But how they approach it is completely different. So Azor, he's our slow laner. He jumps right in, rolls up his sleeves, and starts hauling these giant stones by hand. You can see his progress. It's slow, but it's steady. And then you have Chuma, our fast laner. He doesn't lift a single stone. For years, he's locked away, just tinkering, designing, and building this complicated machine. To everyone looking on, it seems like he's doing nothing, like he's failing. It's a huge gamble. And this is where it gets really interesting. After 3 years, Azur has a pretty good base for his pyramid, and he's mocking his brother's empty patch of desert. But then, in year 8, everything flips. Chuma rolls out his machine, and this thing is a beast. It starts moving stones 30 times faster than Azur ever could. Long story short, Chuma finishes his pyramid in just a few more years and retires young and rich. Azur works his entire life and dies poor, having barely finished the 2nd level. So what's the big takeaway here? It's simple. Azur's hard work was the system. He was trading his own life force, his time, directly for stones. But Chuma? He invested his time up front and took a massive risk to build a system that did the heavy lifting for him. You see the difference? Azur had a job, Chuma built a business. Okay, so the obvious question is, how do you become Chuma? How do you even start building these kinds of systems? It all begins with a fundamental change in how you see yourself. You have to stop playing for team consumer and switch jerseys to team producer. The world is really divided into these 2 teams. The vast majority of people are consumers. We're taught from day 1 to buy things, to get jobs, to be a cog in the machine. Producers are the tiny minority who build and run that machine. They're the ones selling shovels during the gold rush, not digging for gold. They don't look for jobs, they create them. They make the things everyone else buys. And here is the golden rule of a producer mindset. Most people get this totally backward. They think, if I can just make more money, I can buy more stuff. The fast lane says, no, that's wrong. Wealth is just a byproduct of producing value for other people. You have to produce first, create value first, and then, as a result, you can consume whatever you want. And when you make this switch to being a producer, it's not just a change in your thinking. It's like you unlock a completely different level of mathematics. You get to play with the fast lane wealth equation, where leverage finally starts doing the hard work for you. So a system can be anything, right? It could be software, a rental property portfolio, a content business, anything that works without you. But let's use a super simple example. An author spends 1,000 hours writing a book. In the slow lane world, that's 1,000 hours traded for a wage, and it's gone. But a book isn't a job, it's a business system. So let's run the numbers. Let's say she makes a $5 profit on each book, and she sells 100,000 copies. That's $500,000 from that initial 1,000-hour investment. Her effective hourly wage just became $500 an hour. Not bad, right? That's powerful leverage right there. But here's where the magic really happens. That system, the book, it keeps working for her 24/7. It has unlimited leverage. So what happens if she sells 500,000 books over time? The 1,000 hours of work upfront never changes, but her effective hourly rate just skyrocketed to an incredible $2,500. And this is where it gets truly mind-bending. Let's say she does a single 10-minute radio interview, and that one interview sells another 1,000 books. That's $5,000 in profit for 10 minutes of her time. Her effective hourly rate for that one activity, $30,000. This is the explosive, beautiful math of a detached business system. So this all leads us to the official Fastlane wealth equation. You see, wealth isn't just the profit your system kicks out. The system itself, the business, becomes an asset that has its own value. This is how wealth gets created so quickly, because your growth is no longer chained to the number of hours in a day. So really, the entire philosophy of this book, of this whole idea, can be boiled down to one thing. You have to stop trading your time directly for money, period. Instead, you need to invest your time in building assets and systems that generate money independent of you. So I'll leave you with a challenge. From now on, when you see an ad on social media or a product in a store, don't just see it as a consumer. Force yourself to ask, okay, what is the system behind this? Who's the producer making this happen? The moment you start looking for the systems behind everything, that's when you know you're officially starting to think like a fast laner.